Hello, my name is Dago Zuniga, and I want to introduce myself and first of all say congratulations on sitting down with the individual who actually introduced you to our firm. I strongly believe that we have an amazing story to share, and we literally are changing people's lives because of the way that we do things. I want to share with you my background and introduce myself to you. Hopefully I get the pleasure and the opportunity to one day meet you and your spouse, or both of you if you're watching this video together. I grew up in a small little town southeast of Bakersfield, really small town called Arvin. And if you're familiar with it, back when I grew up there was only one stoplight. Nowadays there's 3 stoplights and a McDonald's. So as you can imagine, it was a booming city. And coming from a small town, I'm very grateful and very fortunate that I had good teachers. I had people that believed in me. I had people that encouraged me to go out there and do something great with my life. And they said, Dago, go to school to be a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, or a teacher. And they said, Dago, you're pretty good at numbers. Why don't you study engineering? Go get good grades, go land a good job, right? And so I was fortunate to go study mechanical engineering at UC Santa Barbara. Did that for 5 years. It took me a little bit longer than normal. But you know, when I graduated there, I had these big dreams of doing something big, you know, of being able to deliver for my family. See, I'm the oldest of 4. I have 3 younger brothers. And what I found out as I started working in corporate America was all that I ever really wanted to do so bad with my life was I wanted to have a shot. I wanted to be somebody. I wanted to be that go-to guy, that financial rock for my family. And I really couldn't deliver the way that I thought that I would be able to. You know, I was just barely getting by living in Los Angeles. I felt like literally I was living paycheck to paycheck. And when I started looking at around myself and started looking at all the other engineers, great people, but I really didn't want that for my future. I really felt that people were like almost walking zombies. They were almost counting down the days till retirement. And that for me was frightening. And so I figured, well, what can I do so that I could put myself in a better position or position myself to maybe have more success? And so the only thing that I could think about was exactly what all of that I was taught, which was continue your education, get more schooling. And so I started attending graduate school in mechanical engineering. And the one thing that stood out to me at that point when I started really thinking about it as I was going through my graduate courses was, what I really want in my life. Is this really the path that I want to be on? Is this really going to get me to that ideal life that I want to live? I started really scratching my head and really started looking at my life a little bit more objectively. And I thought to myself, I frankly don't want to have the lifestyle that my boss has. I definitely don't want to have his stress. It's not that the individual wasn't a great person, because I believe that he was a very good person, but it just wasn't what I wanted. And so the only reason I was doing that was so that I could position myself to get into management, so that I could earn a better living, so that I could deliver for my family. And so thank goodness in 2004, one of my best friends, who was also a mechanical engineer, he introduced me to his financial advisor. Now when I met with him, I never in my life imagined that I would be changing careers. Never did I ever imagine that ever. You know, after all this schooling, after everything that I've been focused on for all these years, it just wasn't even a thought that even crossed my mind. But when I sat with him, some of the financial concepts that he shared with me completely changed my perspective and the way that I viewed money. And it just really just caused me to think, this is something that I believe that everybody needs. Everybody. And it started first with my family. It started first with my friends, with everybody that I knew. I strongly believe that the educational system today is really falling short with educating our kids of the future, our future generations. And I saw that in my life. I was a living example. I never had once taken a course called Wealth 101 or how 401ks or IRAs or Roth or any of these investment vehicles worked. Really just put me in a place where I felt a little frustrated, to be frank with you, because I felt that if we're going to work with money for the rest of our lives, shouldn't we know about money? Shouldn't we know just at least how to balance a checkbook, how to plan for our retirement, how to pay ourselves first. Instead, what I figured, and I looked at my experience, was I was learning how to get out of school, how to get a good job, how to be in debt with college. I was almost starting backwards. I was figuring out how to get out of the hole. And I didn't think that that was the right way to do it. What I asked the individual, I said, is there a way that I could get involved with your company? Is there a way that you could take me under your wing and teach me how money works? I would love to be able to help other people, because I really believe that everybody deserves a shot, a real opportunity to be in control of where they put their money and what's the best thing for them. Eager that I was, I got involved in the industry, and I really spun my wheels for a little bit, because I was an analytical type of person. I wanted to know everything before I moved forward. But what I figured out quickly was that you can never go wrong by helping people save money. You can't go wrong. I mean, even if I asked you now, it doesn't matter what company or what product, if the person wasn't saving before, can you do wrong by them if they're now saving? Now, obviously, we want them to be in the best program, the lowest cost. We want them to have the best opportunities. But just with that simple idea, can you ever go wrong by helping people save money? And I thought to myself, well, you can't. It's just, there's nothing wrong with that. Well, the other question I asked myself was, can you ever go wrong by helping protect a family that wasn't protected? It doesn't matter what insurance company or what company you set them up with. Now again, the same thing, we're going to set them up with the best company. Keeping that in mind, can you ever go wrong by protecting a family, by giving peace of mind, by bringing security and comfort that that family is taken care of? Can you go wrong by that? And you can't. And so just those two things alone, I felt, gosh, if I just learned a little bit, if I just really got into the details like I did with engineering, if I could just really just focus on helping individuals, on helping families get ahead financially, then I know for a fact that I could have a ton of success, and I could attract good quality people to do the same with me. And I started thinking about just the U.S. as a whole. Think about the millions of families that have for far too long been underserved by the financial and insurance industry. You see, the industry focuses on the top percent, which are the wealthy. Now, what about everyone else? Last time I looked, the makeup of the U.S. is made up by many different people from different backgrounds, from the construction workers, from the doctors, to the lawyers, to the engineers, from the teacher, from the bus driver, you name it. Majority of the U.S. are regular people just like you and I. They want something good for our family as well. They want to protect our families. They want to get ahead. They want to have peace of mind. They want our kids to go to college. They want something better for the next generation. But yet there is this big shortfall, because people are not receiving the truth. They're not receiving options. And I really felt I want to be that person. I want to be that individual that creates an opportunity for folks so they could get ahead financially. And so thank goodness in 2004 that my best friend at the time introduced me to his advisor, because it completely changed my life forever. I really believe in my heart that it's changed many lives, because directly he impacted my life, but indirectly we've been able to go out and help thousands of families that probably wouldn't have been served if it wasn't for people in our company that went out and served them. And so there's two great passions that we have here at Dfis. Two great passions. And this is something that excites me in the morning, excites me at night. It has me looking forward. I'm living a life with purpose because of these two great passions that we have. The first one is we're extremely passionate about helping families build a financial legacy, right? Bring in security, sharing with them the truth, drawing that roadmap for them so they could get from point A to point B. And point A is where they're currently at, and point B is having financial security and having longevity. And the second great passion that we have is giving people a real fair shot, an opportunity to be able to go in business for themselves, to be able to be in control of their life, their income, their quality of life. And so we're helping people build a strong, enduring business. that is not dependent on the ups and downs of the market. We help people create their own waves in their lives. And those are our two great passions. You know, I'm so grateful that in the last 10 years, I haven't had someone breathing down my neck and telling me when to clock in and when to clock out. I am super excited to share that there's folks in our business today that have completely changed their lives and their family tree because of the opportunity that we give to people. And so if you are exploring the option of possibly getting involved with the organization, or you just got started recently and right now you're thinking, well, what do I need to do to really have success in this industry? I just want you to know that I know there's a little voice you have, and the more that we start to think, the more we begin to doubt, and the more we begin to fear. And guess what fear does? Fear stops us from taking action or moving forward. I frankly was scared as heck. Never in my life did I think that I was going to leave engineering and my master's in engineering and a stable career that I had. I was an engineer for 5 years. Never in my life did I thought that I was going to leave that. People, in fact, thought I was crazy. People used to laugh at me. And you're going to go through that. If you really want something bigger and better, and you want something greater in your life, you're going to have to go through that change, that phase where it feels like you're fighting against the current. And I just want you to know that's normal. What I made a decision to do in 2004 was I decided I'm going to shut that little voice off because it's not serving me. Never did I envision that I was going to be sitting across people and helping them move ahead with their financials. It wasn't my background. If anything, I was nervous. I was scared. I went through that phase where people would laugh at me. People questioned me if I was really for real. They thought I was nuts. You know, because in their eyes, I had stability. I was an engineer for 5 years. I was making good income. I had a nice lifestyle. But yet there was something missing. There was this big void inside of me, and I don't know what it was, but all I know is that all my life I've had this feeling in my belly that I wanted to do something great with my life, that I felt that I was destined to do something bigger. And I know that the person that introduced you to our opportunity, that individual that believes in you, shared this with you because you have certain special gifts about you. I strongly believe that. I don't say that just to say it or to sound corny, but I really believe we attract great quality people into our business. If you're on the fence, I want you to know that we're a good company with great people, and we have a big vision of going out there and helping over 100 million folks in the U.S. to have a financial strategy, have a financial plan. 100 million, and I strongly believe that's small, and I know that we're going to be able to get there. But we need more people to go out there and help us do that. And in that process of doing that, and you helping people, maybe if I had an opportunity to work with you directly, I know that I could impact and help you and bring value in your life. But can you imagine indirectly now, because of helping one person, we could potentially help thousands of people. So it's a beautiful model that we have. We believe that people today are hungry for a real opportunity, a real fair and generous opportunity where you could be in control of your time, your income, your quality of life, most importantly, and be able to be in business with people that you care about, people that you respect, that you like, that you want to be in business, and be able to do business wherever you choose to do business, as long as it's in an area where we can legally do business. It's amazing. I hope that you give yourself that opportunity to really learn what we're about and experience. First, experience number one, our services, and take advantage of that. You know, make sure that you're taken care of financially and that you have a roadmap that's going to help you get to financial security. And then second of all, get together with the person that actually is training you. And if you don't have a trainer, well then contact our corporate headquarters. And we'll make sure that we'll have somebody that's willing to sit with you and work with you to help you build your business or help you set up that roadmap. I am excited for you. I really feel it's an honor that you've chosen to possibly get involved with us. If you have, or if you're still taking a look, we're looking again for great quality people, people that really care about others, that love to help others, but more importantly, people that have that hunger to want to do something great in their lives. They want to do something special. And those are the type of people that I believe that we attract, and we want you to be part of our team. If I could go back and do it all over again, here's the one thing I would focus on so much more and take action on so much more. And that is focusing on getting tons and tons of field training experience, that hands-on experience. You know, you could read all day about the families we help. You could listen to audios, you could watch videos, but there is nothing like sitting with somebody kneecap to kneecap and experiencing as a trainee and then later as a trainer, helping that family, that look in their eyes, that energy that's given, that setting of just, gosh, it's hard to describe, see, but there's nothing like hands-on experience. I believe it's really where you start to really understand the power of what we do and the value that we bring to the marketplace. It's really where it goes from your head to your heart. And so, again, welcome on board if you just got started. And I hope to one day get to shake your hand and meet you and hopefully get to work with you. Have a great day, and we'll see you on the next one.